So I just watched Nintendo's E3 press conference, Nintendo Direct. All very interesting. I thought I might as well give it a little comment myself, seeing as I bothered to watch it. So here's my take on it. Only the bits that I find interesting. I'm not dealing with any nonsense. So here it is. And oh boy, there was some rubbish on this. Another Just Dance and another Mario Party. I mean, at least with this one, they're not even pretending that they're conning you by making another Mario Party game. This is literally a remake of one on the N64. No thanks. The first thing that really got my pulse racing was the announcement of a brand new Metroid. And I don't mean Metroid Prime 4, I mean an actual 2D Metroid, the first one in 19 years. That is exciting. The only thing I will say from having a little look at it, and I don't know how everyone else feels about it, the environment looks a bit weird, almost like it's too crisp. I don't really know how to describe it. I know it's not finished, but it didn't look right, is what I would say. But still, very interesting and exciting. As you're probably aware, I'm a sucker for all things nostalgic, and I've got to be honest, Super Monkey Ball remastered, that makes me quite excited. Loved it on the PlayStation, I'm probably going to love it on the Switch. Good job. Lastly, I have to say I loved the level of trolling that Nintendo were doing in the comment section with the people there. Oh my god, they were going Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild 2, can't wait, Breath of the Wild 2. It was just going on and on and on. So what they did was they had Ganon being carried along by a guy from Tekken, but you didn't realise he was being carried by a guy from Tekken, and that was an announcement of an extra character for Smash Brothers, so they trolled them there. Then they raised the stakes even further by putting in some footage for Zelda Age of Calamity, so some downloadable content from that. So that was troll number 2. They then followed that up with more information about Skyward Sword HD. For those of you who know me, I'm not that big a fan of Skyward Sword. I call it the most average Zelda game that was ever made. But hopefully with some improvements, like they improved Wind Waker, you never know, maybe they can pull something interesting out of this. They then went into other Zelda related stuff, so they did a Game & Watch, which was quite interesting. 3 different Legend of Zelda games in one Game & Watch, very cool. So they built and built and built, and then finally, they dropped the trailer for, or sort of trailer, for Breath of the Wild 2. And it kind of didn't show much. But what it did show is that some of it is going to take place in the air. From other things we've done, some of it will take place on the ground. So I think that's how they're going to expand the world in general. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't really know how that's going to work. It is going to be very interesting. Obviously, the overworld map we've already done. Again, not a massive fan of Breath of the Wild, the original one. However, if they do manage to do stuff to bring me back in, like incorporating big dungeons, maybe in the under the ground and above in the air, I will possibly purchase it, but we'll have to wait and see. The interesting thing for me was what took place during the chat, and there were 2 big things that people were shouting for. One was Kirby, one was Star Fox. I don't know anything about those games coming anytime soon. Nothing mentioned about Super Mario Odyssey 2 either, so very interesting 2022 Nintendo have got lined up. A lot of life in the old Switch yet.